Hey, what's going on, guys? PvP and Chili here, and the new update is here, and the Chi-Ha LG is here. The new Japanese 2.7 tank destroyer with a 120mm gun, and to make things even better, the rounds are 825 meters per second. They move. It's not hard to kill things. See that Stewart? Gone. Obliterated. Sent to another universe. I love it. I love this thing. And at 2.7, I think it has a 12-ish, 13-ish second reload. With the loader gone, it's going to be a little bit longer, but, yeah. This thing has 10 degrees of depression, which is really good for a tank. You know, that is what you would want for a sit in the back and snipe tank destroyer. Not decent elevation, honestly. It moves worse than the snail. It is stupendously slow. But you put that thing in the right position, you're going to clean up. You're going to clean house. You're going to take names and kick ass and chew bubblegum all at once with ease. Honestly, I think the rounds on this, outside of the APDS, on the early tier Swedes, are the highest velocity rounds at this tier. And honestly, the most destructive. I mean, look at this chaffy. Straight through the upper front plate. Granted, the upper front plate's really weak, but it was at a decent angle, and it just obliterated. I love it. Now, this thing is incredibly slow. Now, this video was recorded before I fully upgraded it, so you're getting stock performance without the commander and the loader. So all you've got is the gunner visible here. So this reload is what it's going to be on a level 1 crew. No loader, no commander. It's just gunner doing the work. So the reload's not even bad. The one thing that is the biggest downside about this tank, and you already know it, is the 5 crew members that are fully exposed on the outside of the tank. That is a very unfortunate situation. And you're going to get machine gunned a lot and shot by planes a lot. But there's nothing you can really do about that. Also, don't try climbing hills in this thing because you're not going to get up them, most of them. But, yeah. Now here is my all-time best game in this already. And I'm not going to beat this. Maybe, like, ever. It's that good. So, here I am. We're on jungle. I've picked this bad boy. And, there's only 3 different places I'm probably going to go. I wonder which one you could guess. Go on, take a guess. You got some time. Everything's good. Everything's fine. It's great. I love this slow bitch. And then next thing you know, a shell lands next to me. Everything's not okay. And I get sprayed down to 2 crew members in the first 30 seconds of the battle. It's not okay. I'm not happy. I'm a little upset. I don't even have crew replenishment on. So I'm like, okay, let's hope I don't get shot again. And so I get back here, up on this hill, and I get into position. Now, I figure, you know, a lot of people are going to do a lot of moving. You know, saw a tank moving across the water down there, but I also saw Sherman up here, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. I got an up tier. Let's see. Oh, nope, nothing. I hit the track armor, and it detonated the round. Track armor or the whole machine gun. So I then just chill out here. He moves down behind this rock, and I see him moving around. I'm like, I got my shot. Back of the turret, obliterated everybody in that tank. It was just beautiful. I love it. I love this gun. And so after that, I noticed that there are multiple tanks here, and I have to take a moment to think which one's going to be the biggest threat. There's one on my left, one on my right. That one on the left has an incredibly good gun, and I don't know why I thought this was the main priority, but decimate that crew as well. And then I peep over there and I'm like, oh, he's dead. So I'm like, huh, I chose pretty well. So after that, I move on further down the hill, try to get a better view of the battlefield. And little did I know, there is a T-34 right under my nutsack. And I could have killed him. And I'm like, oh my god, that was right there. And I didn't know. Unfortunately, I was playing without headphones on. Otherwise, I would have, eradicated that kid. Maybe not. I don't know. My team destroyed him quickly. But I noticed I got some rounds flying at me, and I'm like, oh no, is this it? Is this it? Dude, man, never comes back. I never see that guy again. Like, I love this tier because it is full of idiots and geniuses all at the same time. It's just great. And so I'm, of course, observing the battlefield, trying to find a good, target to kill. And then next thing I know, there is, hold on, wait for it. I'm speaking a little too soon. Yep. The P-40 that strafed me killed the Chi-Ha to my left, and it doesn't make sense why he didn't come back for me. But you know what? As long as it's them and not me, I don't care. So, I'm still sitting here, checking out the area, trying to be patient, because that is one thing I am not. And I didn't see it, but up on that hill to the left, there's an anti-air crawling up there. And he's gonna kill my teammate. I'm gonna immediately spot him, and I'm gonna push his off button and just destroy the crew. I don't know what happened with the shell modeled in the game, but now everything's just like a box, and it's weird. But I am firing the semi-armor piercing ballistic cap shells. And so at this point, I don't know how many kills I've got. 3? 4? I'm thinking it's 3. And so, in a moment, I'm going to decide, alright, it's time to move on. I need to get into a better position to get them on their sides. So I'm going to move up there towards where that Sherman and the anti-air were. And this thing just has no traction going downhill at all. And I'm just chilling here like I am one cough from dying. Like, somebody coughs on my gunner, he's gone. He's dead. I'm peeping this stuff 42 right here, checking him out, and I realize he's stopped. He's shooting something, and I'm like, uh-oh, this is about to get real bad real quick. But I don't know what happened with the Stuh. He retreated a little bit, and then he advanced. Obviously, after he reloaded, he took the aggressive. I'm not sure what term I'm trying to use right there. But yeah, he just pushes right on into their spawn, and I'm like, I'm not about to be that guy, but I'm like 5 feet from that guy, so like, I'm not too different from that guy. But, I'm just chilling out here, and I'm trying to get to a better position. This thing moves at the speed of a snail. I realize that there's somebody on B, and I'm like, oh no. But, that's not my priority. That's all the way across the map. But I will take a look and see if I can get a shot. Obviously, no sight line, which is very unfortunate. So I'm going to shoot at the thing in my sight. And I nail its ammo, and it doesn't die. And I get nothing but a loader. So I'm like, nope, that's an anti-air. He could destroy me. I retreat. He retreats. We both pissed our pants a little bit there. And so I'm just going to watch him and see what happens. But luckily, my teammate nailed him right in the face. So that was not my problem anymore. And so out here, I'm going to be on the lookout, and I'm just going to see just a target-rich environment. Take a shot at that Stewart, and I'm like, oh no. But I also like broke everything on his tank. But on the off chance he looked at me, I fell back. Because he still had his gunner up. It's just a darn shame that I couldn't kill him with the first shot. So, you know what I do? I get him with the second shot. And it's lovely. I love killing them with this. This gun is so good. And then I realized the stud next to me is dead. I'm like, oh no. But for some reason, their whole entire team just cannot see me. And this poor M16 just driving about like la 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 is about to catch a fat heat shell. And I'm like, why couldn't that happen to the BTR? Like, that would have been great. That would have been lovely if that had happened to the BTR, but it didn't. And I hate that model for the BTR because it doesn't get affected by hull break, at least in most cases. I mean, Jesus, you hit it with a big enough shell, you'd hope it would go away, but nope. This guy does. Killed everything in that tank, and I love it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's an M3. It's an M3. I'm like, is there anybody else? Do I have to shoot him? I guess I'll shoot him. And with my final shell, I kill him. And so you know what I do? I think to myself, run to their cap or run to my cap. Fuck it. Let's see what happens. So I'm just speeding. This thing's hitting 40 kilometers an hour. I'm like, damn, son. It's pretty good, actually. So in a downhill, you can actually hit some speed. This thing climbing hills sucks. And I don't know how I managed, but I drove all the way across the map to my capture point. And it's just like, how was I not shot? The whole game, I was so close to death. Basically from the start. And we're not even done yet. But, like, I almost died in this thing so many times. It's not even funny. So, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop on the cap, get some rounds. And so I reload like 4 or 5 shells, and I see in the bottom right, there were 2 guys in my spawn bullying my poor Sta 42G. So I'm like, yo, I'm at 7 kills. I'm 3 away from a double ace, son. So I push up, and I wish this thing could just go a little bit faster. And so I'm pushing as fast as this thing can go. And it can't go that fast. But, you know, I'm pushing, and I'm screaming, move, you dumb cow! And so I peek the hill. I pick my targets. I'm about to take the T-28. And then everything explodes. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna shoot the steward. T-28 doesn't even know what's happening, although he is looking at me, and that's kind of creepy. Like, I couldn't tell the whole time. His turret was pointing my way. But then my teammate in the Panther F1 there just gets aggressive, and I'm like, yes, yes! And I'm like, boom. And it's just great. I killed everybody in his tank with that one shell, and it's just perfect. And I love it. I love this tank, and I love this gun. So here we are, you know, 5 minutes has passed since last clip, and there's an M10 killing my whole team over there on the capture point. And I'm like, this is my chance. Double ace, double ace, double ace. And I'm like, if I push up, I'm not going to have a shot. It's going to take me too long to get there. So I sit here up on this hill that I'm on, and I desperately am like, please push out into my sight lane. Please push into my sight lane. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen at all. But I still came out of this with 9 kills. And I'm incredibly happy with how this game turned out. I didn't expect it to go like this at all. But this was a fantastic game. I love this tank. If you're getting it, I hope you get a game like this, or just have fun in general. This gun is amazing. It sounds amazing. It's just so fun. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I love you all. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, give it a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you guys.